So welcome back. I'm Pete, and you're watching the Custom Car Channel.
Brought it to me last night and he said it's got a little hitch in the studio.
Just needed more power.
She don't move. Gonna have to heat it.
Alright, we got a little bit of oil consumption on this one. It's a 2021 Chevy Tahoe with the 5.3. So we're gonna do the best we can just to see if we make it better. It's burning a lot of oil. So we got, this is what I got. So I got a new valve cover. The PPV orifice is in here. We got AC Delco Dexos 1 oil, 0W20. It takes 8 quarts. Got the AC Delco. It's the PF63. And then I've always had good luck with the lube guard stuff, so I got some of this. And it says that it's for reduces oil and fuel consumption, so I hope that works. Seems to be pretty thin stuff. All right, let's go for the valve cover first. I don't think it'll be too bad. All right, guys, the plan changed on the 2021 Tahoe. They sent me the wrong valve cover, and I ain't gonna get the right one until the middle of next week. So we're just going to do the oil change on it. I'm going to pop this back together. We're just going to do the oil change on it. This one consuming a little bit of oil. Actually, a lot of oil, they say. They're right on their oil change, I believe. So they said it was started using oil right away last time. And we went through it completely last time. So. And so we checked it. We did everything last time. So it's got a new air filter. That's still clean. Let's pop that back in here. Yeah, these engines are known for oil consumption. At least some of them are. I don't know if they built them on the wrong day or what they did. All right, let's check the oil and just see what it looks like. I'm gonna go get one of my oil condition blah blah blah. Let's just see how much oil is in it. So I got my oil analysis chart. It's full. Down here where it's supposed to be. It is saying it's in the change. Let's see what it smells like. It smells normal. It is full. Get a little more on there for you guys. Now the coolant looks a little low, but it is Dex Cool, so let's just top that off. He asked me to make sure the fluids were full. It's just ever so slightly low. Alright, so here's our chart. That is saying she's in the change. I don't think they're overdue at all. They did say it's using a lot of oil, so let's top off the washer fluid and we'll lift it up and get the oil change, check the tires, and give her a once over. Washer fluid's right over here. I'll try not to spill. It looks like they've been spilling it. Oh, not too bad, only took half. There we go. Alright, so we got the air cleaner. We should look at the brake fluid. Let's just look at that. She's full and looks pretty clean. We're not going to test it. The belt's good. Alright, we're ready to lift it up and drain it out. So let's lift her up. So this is my K-tool lift and really like it. So right now we're at 649 since I bought it last July. Alright, that's about it for now because I left the hood up and she's right up by the ceiling. I don't want to scratch it. Yeah, so that's 649 lifts. Right, let's get under here. Oil plug, filter, oil plug in the filter right here. Let's drain that out. These plugs are known to seize in there a little bit. I always make sure I use a 6-point socket. There we go. We didn't damage it. Try to do this without spilling on you guys. Or myself. That's not too bad. We hit the drain pan pretty good. She is warmed up. Not fully warm, but it's warm enough to change the oil. That's one thing you probably should do. You're going to change the oil, warm it up. Alright, let's loosen that filter. Yeah, somebody put that on there correctly. We'll get that draining too. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put some oil in the new filter. So I always like to fill my filters. I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but I'm telling you, if you just grab your finger on what's draining out and put it on the gasket, that filter is going to be locked on there tight. So we did get the AC Delco PF63. And we got the AC Delco Dexos 1 motor oil 0W20. Yeah, this thing, they're complaining that it's burning oil. I think last time we put Napa oil in it, which is made by Valvoline. Alright, let's get that filter off there. Alright, so now this is an important thing. We need to inspect up there to make sure the gasket didn't stick, or somebody, I've had them come in with a doubled up. So there is no gasket up there, so we'll go ahead and screw on the new filter now. And I don't like to spin them too fast, then it'll sling that oil. So there she touched, so usually about 3/4 of a turn, which I usually end up going about a full turn. Alright, so that's tight enough. It's a little more than a full turn. GM has come out with new regulations now that some of the filters need to be tightened down tight. And that's good enough for me on draining. And we'll just tighten that back up. I probably get them too tight, I don't know. Alright, that's tight enough. We'll wipe this down. We didn't hardly even make a mess. But we will spray it off. Seems to be usually always something right up in here. Alright, now we'll dry this all off. Okay, now we need to do an inspection. So we're just gonna walk around. These are the big old Brembo brakes. There's where the brake sensor normally would hook up. It's been eliminated on this vehicle. Let's give her a once over, look at it really good. There's a little bit of stuff here. CV boots and everything. Rack bellow boots. I'm going to get my little inspection mirror. I can barely see the brake pads. Them calipers are huge. And I have put new brakes in this. Oh, she's nice and thick. Looks really good. Really thick. I mean, it was a few thousand miles ago I put the brakes in. Had a little problem with squeaking. They said they like to sneak up on people. I can't see this one. I think my mirror's dirty. Yeah, she's nice and thick. I can see both pads. Yeah, they're like, I'm gonna say they're better than 3/4. Okay, let's go to the back more. The transfer case, that's right here. We should check that. Let's just check it, see what kind of fluid's in there, what it's like. So that's an 8mm on the check plug. Let's try a thin ratchet. I need to get some of these Allen sockets that are short. Yeah, this one will fit in there. Another thing you want to be careful of, not to over tighten that. Because you could crack the case. I had somebody tell me they had problems once with that. And it is going to run out of there. This one's got the ATF. I'll put some on my chart. So we'll just pick a spot right here for ATF. So that's a little dark. It's not too bad. It is full. So let's tighten that back up. Remember, like I said, let's be careful how tight we get these. They just have to be tight enough to not going to leak or fall out. There's a tapered thread on it, so there we go. Not worried about it. Let's wipe that off. And we're going to spray that off too. Okay, everything is looking good. Tires are good. Let's get to the back. Let's check the rear diff. That's a bigger one right up in here. Alright, so let's check the rear diff. She's right up here. See nothing leaking. The axle boots are good. There we go. I can get it with my fingers now. Get our little fluid checker in case you don't run out. Alright, she doesn't run out. Dip this in there very carefully not to get any dirt in there. It is nice and clean. Differentials right here. Alright. Slightly dark. It's got a little tint to it, but that's nice and clean. Smells like 75-90. It's full. There's a little bit on the magnet. We'll just go ahead and wipe that off. As of right now, I would have to check the service data to see if it needs to be serviced. But I'm not worried about any problems here. Alright, that's pretty tight. See if I can see the brakes. I have put brakes in the back of this too. Oh yeah, that pad is right. It looks like brand new. Let's look at the outside. Yep, they're just like the front. So I'd say more than 3/4. Let's check this side. Yep, lots of pad left on there. I'm gonna go check the outside. Yep, lots of pad. I don't see any problems. I put new rotors on the back too. I'm not seeing anything. Let's go check the front diff. Yep, we can barely sneak in there. Hopefully I could get it broke loose with my little ratchet without scraping my knuckles. That wasn't that bad. Alright, the gasket is stuck to the plug. It's not running out, so on these, when the gasket sticks like that, you want to screw that gasket back on all the way or you're going to ruin the gasket. It's going to leak. Alright, got the gasket back in place. Let's dip the checker in there. That's usually a little zip tie, and I have a yellow one. Yeah, but she's nice and clean. Alright, I think that's cleaner than the rear. It's right here. I just got a little bit on there, right beside the other one. Yeah, you can see it. That's very clean. There's nothing to grease on here, so we're going to let it down a little bit, fill up the tires, and it says 35 on these tires, so we'll fill them to 37. There we go. I did have one commenter, or one of my watchers said he thought one of my safety lock plates were loose. But I'm just going to tell you, I got it extra tight up there, and that's tight down there with that bolt. She's tight. She just likes to rattle a little bit when you go up. But I got a lot of lifts on here. I trust it 100%. I did bolt it down. There's one little bar in the middle of that drive-on ramp. Not the ramp, but the bridge. There's a bar. I didn't know where it goes, but I guess he says it goes back there. He's pretty familiar with this lift. He has one, and I can't remember if he said he liked it or not, but I like mine. All right, let's let her down. We'll check the tires halfway down and go from there. Alright, that's probably good. Let's go over here. I think I probably got to turn the air compressor on. Yeah, she's empty. I got a leak somewhere. Alright, I'm going to let that air build up. We'll come over here and work on this tire. So I didn't replace these rollers, but I did turn them, and I think I got a couple videos on that. Kind of learned my lesson. Next time I'll replace them. It looks real nice and shiny and real smooth, so looks like we did a good job. And I haven't heard any complaints of squeaking lately. We evened out all the tires. I went to 38.2 because that seems to be what they're running in them. That's okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and let her down. I think that might be some of the problem right there. The oil filler neck is loose. Alright, finally the air compressor shut off. I think the filler neck is a little loose. Might be something why it's burning oil, I don't know. Well, we'll fix that when we get the new valve cover. Alright, I think that was number 8. So I got some of this LubriGuard Biotech engine protectant with patented LXE technology, improves fuel economy, minimizes varnish and sludge, reduces evaporative oil loss. It also says over here, reducing mileage, robbing friction, reducing wear on metal parts, reducing varnish and sludge, reduces oil and fuel consumption, protecting during cold starts, increasing fuel mileage, increasing oil life, increasing power, raises thermal and oxidative stability, reduces filter and other objectionable noise on startup, especially in cold weather. Extends the life of small four-cycle engines such as lawnmowers, equipment, motorcycles, snowblowers, etc. Proven qualifications. Alright, well, I've always had good luck with lube guard stuff, especially the transmissions. Let's just put some of this in here. And I'm going to put the whole bottle in. I did put the 8 quarts in, so we're going to be a little bit overfull, probably. That's okay. It is burning oil. So let's see what this stuff is all about. I'm smelling it. It smells like... Gosh, I don't know how to describe that. Just smells like new. Okay. She's kind of black. It's a darker color. You know what that smell is? The smell is like synthetic. Alright, we'll let that drain into there. Alright, that should be good enough. I don't know where it's coming out. It's a blackish green. Something else. Alright, I'm going to go get the sticker ready and we'll get that on there. But today's the 11th, so the next oil change is due in 9/11. That's weird. Alright, let's start it up. I'm going to reset the oil light. Alright, she's 100%. Let's go check the level and make sure nothing's leaking. Oh, I thought they had that disabled on this one. All right, it's nice and clean. And she's just under the full, which is fine. Not warmed up yet. Alright, we're almost done. I do want to check all the normal lights. I'm not going to check any of the other ones, but let's see what we got. Alright, there is none on the mirror. Let's go to the back. I did confirm the reverse lights work because I have a mirror back here. See the mirror? Okay, let's see what we got. License plate lights are working. Okay, I think this one's ready to go. We got our service. We didn't get the valve cover changed, but I'll order one. They'll be a little bit unhappy, but I'll get them back in. Alright guys, that's the kind of service I do, and that's how you should do it. Check everything and fill it up. We'll leave it as that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys are having a good day. Today's Friday, so yeah, it's going to be a light day now. I don't have to change the valve cover. My rack opinion for this car, yeah, it's the electric one that always goes out. But it ain't going to be until tomorrow. I think there's a little Nissan out there I can bring in if I'm bored. I got my cabinet handles back there I can put on. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys are all having a good day and working hard. And you can catch me next time.